Three types of men that a woman can never forget in her life. Even if that woman has found a new guy or is now with a new guy, she can never forget this kind of man. So it's your job as a man to become the kind of man that no woman can ever forget. Even if that your ex has found a new man, let it be that she can never take you out of her mind. The first kind of men that women can never forget is a man that satisfies them in bed. If you are the kind of man who knows how to satisfy a woman in bed, trust me, that woman, no matter what or whoever she dates, that woman will not be able to take you out of her mind. One of the worst things you can do to a woman if you are dating her is not be able to satisfy her in bed. Because the truth is, women love sex more than men. And now, if she dates you and you understand a woman's body, you understand where to touch, how to make her to reach orgasm even without penetrating her. You understand how to make her enjoy having sex. That woman, no matter what happens to her in this life, she will never be able to forget you so fast. These are the kind of women that even if they break up with you, they will still leave their current boyfriends and come and cheat on him with you because they miss you so bad, because they have missed having sex with you so badly. There are some times that a woman will be with a man. That man will be buying for her gifts, taking her on trips, spending money on her. But this same girl that she's doing all these things for will still go behind him and cheat on him with her ex. Why? That her ex has not left her mind. And that her ex most likely was the best sex partner she has ever had. And you as the boyfriend, because you can't be able to meet up to that girl's ex-boyfriend, of course she will go behind you and cheat with him. This is why as a man, it's not always about spending money on a woman. It's also about knowing how to satisfy women in bed. If not, assuming they had an ex who really knew how to satisfy them, they are going to cheat on you with that ex. So mind you, it's okay to spoil your woman, but also make sure that you are satisfying her in bed. Else, she may cheat on you. The next man is the man that took her virginity. Women in general never forget that man that broke their virginity. He will always be a constant thought in their head. Assuming they see you tomorrow, they'll remember you. This guy that took my virginity. This is the first guy I ever did this thing with. You will always be stuck in their mind. Women hardly forget. Even men too hardly forget the women that took their virginity. The first woman they had sex with, especially if that woman was more experienced than them sexually. Men don't forget women the women who took their virginity. Now talk more of women. If you are the guy that took that girl's virginity, just know that she will never forget you in this life. You will always be in her mind. The next man that women never forget is the man that they loved so much and invested so much in, especially with the thought of marrying, of being married to him, of getting married to him. If a woman loved you so much and invested her time, her money, her emotions, and even made sacrifices just to make you happy at her own detriment, that woman can never forget you. A woman who has used her own money to feed you, a woman who has used her own money to pay your rent, a woman who has, inconvenienced herself so many times just to see you happy, a woman who has even gone hungry so many times just to feed you. How would that woman ever forget you? No. When you hear women say that after all the sacrifice for a man, that man still left them, what do you think it means? It's just them saying that they did a lot for this guy, but this guy disappointed them. And now they can't even forget this guy. Once a woman has invested so much in you, she can never forget you. This is why as a man, one of the easiest ways to make a woman strongly attached to you is by making her to invest. Because the more a woman invests in you, the more she spends her money on you, the more she spends her time on you, the more she spends her emotions the more she invests her emotions into you, the more she cooks for you, the more she cleans for you, the more she does all those, things for you. That is the more she's attached to you. And that girl, if you eventually leave her tomorrow, she will never forget you. Because whenever she remembers you, she will remember all the sacrifices she made on your behalf. She will remember all the investments she made into you and into that relationship. And the truth is, if a woman has a man that she has loved and invested so much in the past, if that man comes back into her life tomorrow, she's going to leave you. If you're her present boyfriend, she will most likely leave you because she has a long history with that her ex. This is why sometimes a woman is so attached to her ex. Why do you think so? She's attached to that ex because of the high levels of investments and sacrifices she made on him. So if you have a girlfriend who is still strongly attached to her ex, what I'll tell you is, if that ex eventually comes back into her life, she's going to leave you because of the sacrifices and because of how madly in love she was with her ex. So that's what you should know. So be careful when you are dating women who are still attached to their ex, because the truth is, they might leave you if that their ex comes back knocking on their doors. The fourth kind of men that women never forget are men who have boundaries, men who have standards, men who don't tolerate nonsense from their women. Women love being with men who are dominant, men who have boundaries, strict boundaries, men who can tell them no, men who are leaders, who can lead them, who can direct them. If a woman comes into your life and discovers that you are weak, and discovers that you are the kind of guy who tolerates anything from a woman, she will disrespect you. She will walk all over you. She will make mockery of you. But if a woman comes into your life and sees that you are the kind of guy who doesn't take any nonsense, who can boldly tell her no, who does things the way you want things to be done and not the way she wants things to be done, she will respect you. And now when that woman leaves you, you will always be stuck in her mind. Because the truth is, most men are weak. Most men are simps. So if they go into a new man's life, like they get a new boyfriend, and that their new boyfriend is a weak guy who they can push around, they will always remember you. They will always be like, assuming this was my ex-boyfriend, he can never tolerate this nonsense that this guy is tolerating from me. When a woman is pushing you around, most times they are testing you. They are testing your masculinity to see if you stand up for yourself, to see if you be a man and call them to order. But most men are weak. Most men are simps. You allow women to push you around. And of course, they will take advantage of you. And the worst part is, most times, a woman who you allow to disrespect you because you love her or because you like her, most times they will cheat on you and they will break your heart. So my advice to you today, if you're a man, is always be in your masculine frame. Always be dominant. Always be assertive. Always make sure that relationship is being done how you want it and not how she wants it. Now you two can, make compromises, but let it be how you want it, because you are the leader. You are the man in that relationship, and it should be done based on how you want it. If the girl is not, buying into your program, why would you as a man buy into her own program? Is the woman meant to be the one running the relationship? Is she meant to be the one in control of that relationship, or you as a man? But the truth is, most men allow their women to control their relationship, to be the one to dominate and control them and push them around. How do you expect such a woman to respect you? No, she can't respect you. No woman will respect a man who allows her to control him. It's not possible.